What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is Marketing with Dev. Make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos just like this one. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to run Facebook ads for a pet grooming business. So this will work if you have a brick and mortar or if you're a mobile pet grooming service. So the first thing we're going to want to do is obviously be inside the ads manager and click this green create button so we can select a new campaign. And what we want to do is either do a leads or a sales campaign because the conversion is going to be taking place online, right? So I'm assuming if you have a mobile pet grooming or if you have a brick and mortar pet grooming store, they're going to have to pay or at least submit a deposit before they actually enter. So with that being said, we're going to do a sales campaign. But if that's not the case and they actually have to go into your physical store first, then you might want to try an engagement or an awareness campaign. But let's just do sales campaign for the sake of this example. And let's go to continue. Well, first, I always like to do manual sales campaign. That's just me. And now that we are inside of the actual campaign, the three layers that you see on the left side here, the first one is the actual campaign level. The second one is the ad set level, and the third one is the ad level. So now going over here to campaign name, we always want to name our campaign, right? It's very important that we name our campaign because when we have a bunch of campaigns going at one time, when we're looking at the dashboard, we're not going to know what's what unless we physically enter the campaign, right? And that's going to be very tedious if you're trying to analyze a bunch of data at once. So what we're going to do is at one, pet grooming, and this is going to be a sales or conversion campaign. And L1 stands for, I don't know why that's all caps, ignore that. L1 stands for a prospecting campaign or a campaign that is being shown to cold traffic or people who are not aware of who you are yet. And if it was L2, that would refer to a retargeting campaign or ads that are going to people who have already been introduced to you before. Maybe they interacted with you in some way before. Maybe they liked something, they watched a percentage of your ad video, visited a website, anything like that. So as far as the campaign level goes, we are good and we don't have to do anything else here. We can just go to the bottom right and select next. Now that we are onto the ad set level, what we want to do is, like we always say, we want to name the ad set, but since we don't know what our audience is yet, and our audience name is always going to be the name of our ad set, we'll just leave this blank for right now. Going down to conversion location. 9 times out of 10, your conversion location is going to be on your website. Maybe if you have a brick and mortar, or even if you are mobile, maybe you're taking calls, you can select whichever one works for your business. But for most people, it's going to be a website. Performance goal, we want to maximize the number of conversions. We want to select your pixel. We want to select your conversion event, whatever event that would be, whether it be, a purchase, add to cart, add payment info. And this is a demo account for me, so I don't have any of these conversions set up, but you would. And then scrolling down to budget and schedule, we are going to be doing 3 ad sets at $20 per day. That is what I recommend. You can do more or less, that's completely up to you. But my recommendation would be to start with 3 ad sets at $20 a day for at least 3 to 5 days and then analyze those results after. And those 3 ad sets will be going to 3 different audiences, which means that the ad that you're using is going to be the same every single time. And the reason for that is because if we're testing through different audiences, if every other variable isn't the same, then we're not going to know what is actually making the difference, right? So if we have 3 different audiences plus 3 different ads, we're not going to know if the results are different because of the audiences being shown to or because of the ad that they're being shown. So going down to audience controls and location. So if I have a pet grooming brick and mortar, or if I have a mobile pet grooming shop or, van or car, whatever the case may be, everybody in the United States is not going to do business with me, right? So we need to make this location more specific to where we actually are. So I'm just going to throw out a random location and we'll say that my brick and mortar store or my pet grooming company takes place or is based out of this area. So Let's do Elizabeth, New Jersey, United States, plus a 25-mile radius. So what you would want to do is wherever your store is, the city of that store plus a 25-mile radius, or you can do up to 50. Or if you're mobile, you want to do the city you're based out of plus the amount of radius, like plus the amount of mile radius that you actually travel to. So if you don't travel 25 miles out, then you can lower this down to up to 10 or whatever you want, whatever that fits your actual business. So now that we have that, that is going to be the first layer that we're actually testing, right? So this is going to be the first audience. We're going to leave everything else completely blank, right? And we're going to let the copy actually determine the targeting. And we're going to let the algorithm do the work with this initial broad audience. So all we're going to be doing is showing this to all of the people in Elizabeth, New Jersey in a 25-mile radius. And the copy that you're using should be able to select the type of audience that you're looking for, right? So if you're saying, are you a pet owner in Elizabeth, New Jersey, right? The people who are going to click on it are going to be people who are pet owners, right? So we're going to let the algorithm do the work just with this one initial ad set. So we're going to go back to the top and name our ad set the name of our audience. So Elizabeth, New Jersey, 25-mile radius. Pretty simple. Now we're going to hit the bottom right corner. We're going to hit that next button. And the ad name, we always want to name the ad. Let's just say we're using the same video like we said that we would. Let's just call that video 1. You can name your video, you can name your ad name whatever you want. Let's say you're wearing like a blue shirt in the video and you want to, name it blue shirt, whatever you need to name it so you can easily identify it when you see it. So you know which video is being shown to which audiences. Going down to identity. Again, this is a demo account, so I don't have everything set up, but you're going to want to connect your Facebook page and your Instagram account so you can actually show your ads on Facebook and Instagram. Creative source, always manual upload for me. That's what I would recommend for you guys. Format, single image or video. Going down to add creative. Select media. This is where you would add whatever video that you have, or if you're using an image, whatever you have right there, you would add media, add video, add image. I already have a video detailing how to create high converting ad videos, so I'm not going to go into detail about how to do that in this one. Same thing with the primary text. Like I was saying before, since this is broad, you want to make sure that you have strong copy that's calling out your ideal clients. So when they see it, they can instantly know that this ad is for people like them. And again, I have videos, plenty of videos on this channel teaching you guys how to write copy. So you guys can check that out as well. Going down to the headline. I have videos on how to write headlines as well, but I'll just say you want to make sure that your biggest benefit is included in your headline, right? Because most people only look at the headline and nothing else. So it's important that if that's the only thing they're going to look at, they get to see your strongest selling point. And then you would continue to go down to your call to action. You can select whatever call to action works for you. Typically, I like to use learn more, but depending on the company, it's going to depend on which call to action you're going to use. And now destination. This is where you're going to actually select your website URL where the conversion event would actually be taking place. So whatever that, that product page or that payment page or that landing page, whatever page that you want them to be shown from the ad, this is where you're actually going to paste that URL in. And then after that, you would be good to go for this ad set, right? So now we're going to go back to the ad set level and we're going to press these 3 dots, the action menu, and then we're going to select quick duplicate. So the reason why we're doing that is because remember, everything from the ad level is going to be the same. So when we quickly duplicate, it duplicates the ad level as well. Now we don't have to do anything. We don't have to touch that at all. All we have to do is now go to the copy of the ad set level and change the audience to the new audience that we're going to be targeting for this second ad set. So again, we don't have that yet, but we're going to go down to where we were before and we are going to find it. So locations, this is going to be the same, right? Because for all 3 of our ad sets, it's always going to have the location, Elizabeth, New Jersey, plus 25-mile radius, because that's where our fictional store or, grooming business is based out of, right? So wherever yours is, you obviously would input that city and so on and so forth. But now we are going to go to Advantage Plus Audience. We're going to switch to original audience options, and then we're going to select use original audience. So we're going to leave age and gender alone unless you have a lot of data, and I mean a lot of data, that tells you that only people above a certain age are buying from you. But I mean 18 to 65 plus, 18 is a fair age for people to have pets. So I would leave that alone if it were me. Now we are going to introduce you guys to our 3-layer targeting formula. If you watch my videos, then you're very familiar with it. If you haven't, the 3 layers are: 1, something that is directly related to your product or your service; 2, something that is closely related to your product or your service; and 3, something that your ideal clients are also interested in. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to your business. It can be places they like to shop, places they like to eat, anything like that, right? It can be something random. So the first layer, we're going to do something that is directly related to my product or my service, right? So if I'm a pet grooming business, and then something like dogs is definitely something that is directly related to my product or my service, right? But now remember, we have this location set up, right? And this dog's interest now gives us an additional layer. So the first ad set was just going to be shown to anybody who is in Elizabeth, New Jersey, or 25-mile radius. Now with this second ad set, when we add this additional layer, not only do they have to be in Elizabeth, New Jersey, or a 25-mile radius, they also have to have shown an interest in dogs, right? So that is how we create that second layer. And that is the first layer of our 3-layer targeting system, but it's the second layer in terms of targeting for this ad set. I know that may have sounded a little bit confusing, but trust me, you'll be able to get the hang of it easily. So now what we want to do now is do the same thing that we did before. We're going to select, well, before we get there, we're going to go back to the top and name this properly. So Elizabeth, New Jersey, 25-mile radius dash dogs. So now we know when we're looking at the results that all the results from this ad set are the results that are being shown to this audience. So now what we're going to do is go to the ad set on the left-hand side. We're going to click the 3 dots and we're going to quick duplicate one more time. And now remember, all you have to do is fill out the ad level one time, and every time you quickly duplicate it, everything is going to be duplicated as you did it the first time, and everything should be the same because we're using the same exact ad, because for this specific campaign, we are only testing the audiences. So now it's simple. All we have to do is go back down again and do the same thing that we did before. So we're going to switch out this dog's interest because we just used that in the other one. And now something that is, so the first layer is something that is directly related to your product or your service, and we selected dogs. Now we're going to do the second layer now, which is something that is closely related to your product or your service. So we can use an interest like Petco, right? Pet supplies, Petco, any kind of pet store like that would definitely be closely related to a pet grooming business, because people who have pets definitely have to go to a pet supply store at some point, whether it be to get, anything, food, collars, whatever the case may be. And now that we have that, we can go back up, Elizabeth, New Jersey, 25-mile radius, because that's not going to change. That's where our store is. And now we're just going to add Petco. So now that we know all the results from this ad set are being shown to the people who are in the 25-mile radius of Elizabeth and are also interested in Petco. And that is how you set up this initial test. So what we want to do is publish this. After Facebook clears it, you will be good to go. And you want to run this for about 3 to 5 days before you make any changes. I don't care what the results look like after 2 days, don't touch anything. Let it go for a full 3 to 5 days, and then you can analyze the results and make your decisions from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos just like this one. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.